What's going on, folks? So, I had a gentleman reach out to me from this band and ask if I would check out their latest song here. The band is called Stargazery, and the name of the song is Retaliate. And I told him, absolutely cool. You know, I had never heard of this band before, or never listened to this band. But the gentleman who reached out, who I said is in this band, is also from the band Burning Point, and this band is just made up of members from like other bands like Burning Point, Alteria, and others. So I'm really curious, really excited to check this out. So without further ado, let's give this bad boy a listen. Oh, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that they have a new album coming out November 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So, but until then, we got this song to listen to, so let's just get on with it, shall we? Rangers, go.
Emotions are strong, one instant when it's time. Fire at will, passion is clear. Feel the fire inside. Determination your guide. Don't back down when it's your
Not too shabby, there's a lot to like about this song. One thing, for instance, is the chorus really, really grew on me quite a bit. At first, when I first heard the chorus, I was like, I'll get a little bit more into this, but I thought, okay, this is more like it. This is what I felt like this song demands, like this kind of like uplifting. There's a bit more energy to the chorus and stuff than what came before it, which again, I'll talk about that shortly. But so I was like, okay, we're more on the right track here with this chorus, but it still felt like to me that it wasn't quite reaching the heights that it could. But now I'm a little bit mixed on that initial thought, because the more I heard the chorus, the more I got into it. I like the chorus. It's nice. It's got a nice pep, a nice uplifting sort of vibe. A lot of things kind of come together in it. I like the keyboard kind of pushing a little bit of brightness into the sound there. And then the melodies themselves just have a nice vibe. And the whole kind of Retaliate has a nice kind of hook to it that it's memorable. It's catchy. It's easy for the listener. And the more that you hear it, it's kind of infectious. And I just really love that. Retaliate. Again, it's just something that the listener can really latch on to, and just the melody itself. So that chorus really, really grew on me. And then I love at the end, it kind of, the final chorus sort of made good on just the little thing it felt like the chorus was lacking. It amped it up a bit. There's a little bit more pep added into the final chorus, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm really, really digging this. Kind of took it up a notch, and made it what the chorus felt like the ultimate, it's full. It realized its full potential, and so it was kind of neat how it saved it for like the end, like that last little push. The only thing with that, though, there at the end, is the final line. I think it's like, and hold the line, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It felt like a missed opportunity at the end, because it kind of skipped a beat there for the final line, and hold the line. Again, I think that's what it is, but it waited like like I said, like a beat before the vocalist said that last line, because every other time in the chorus on this certain beat, he says, and hold the line, but here it kind of waited, and then, and hold the line, like it was just a little bit different, which was cool. But it felt like it should have been grander, for that final line. Especially you're skipping that beat. It's kind of like it's the last little hurrah, with the vocals and the vocal melody and stuff. But then he kind of says like, and hold the line. Like it didn't, to me, it felt like there at the end it should have been like, and hold the line. Like something like that. And hold the line. For the final thing, instead of it just feeling like it kind of it just felt like it came across as just kind of, static almost. But this was like the final line, it just felt like a little bit more oomph there, really bring it home, with the final vocals there. I think would have been tight. I was waiting for it, especially when it kind of skipped the beat. It didn't start the final line yet, and I was like, oh, and he's like, and hold, and I was like, but it's just, it didn't do the grand, like falsetto power metal scream there at the end. It just felt like the song was like begging for it, and I wanted it. So, I think that would have been really tight to kind of end the song like that, but. Anywho, I still love that final chorus, and just the chorus in general. I love the guitar riffs. It has a real nice kind of rhythmic vibe to it, and it's interesting because when it first started, and you hear that lead riff or whatnot, it kind of has this nice kind of uplifting sort of vibe to it. But then it also kind of dips down to a little bit darker. And I thought that was kind of cool how it did that before it kind of rises back up. So there's a nice dynamic there between, you have an uplifting sort of element to it, but then you also have like a heavier, slightly darker kind of element to it as well. So yeah, I just thought that was neat. There's some nice movement there. It didn't remain just entirely predictable with that main riff. So yeah, that gave a nice dynamic there. Now, my biggest critique, I would say, with this song are the verses. The more I heard the verses, I was like, okay, I kind of get the vibe of what they're going for here with these verses. And like, I dig the vision. Like, I dig like the intent, but it just didn't quite land to me, and I think a large part of that is just in the vocal melody itself, like the way the verses are arranged, how the things are said, and kind of the rhythm of them. It didn't have like a real cohesion to me. It just kind of felt like it was there and didn't fully capitalize on what it could, because again, I like the music in the verses, I like the vibe. And it just felt like the vocal melodies didn't quite reach what it could. It's like the building blocks were there, the foundation was there, but the melody, I just feel like that could really be reworked, almost like kind of just start from scratch and just build it better than it was. Because, it just feels like it's on the cusp of being really solid. But the way that it ended up being arranged, it felt a little scattered, and it just didn't really, to me, match what it could have been alongside the music and the overall vibe. And then the pre-chorus as well, same scenario to me. So the verses and the pre-chorus, the vocal melodies, I really, really think they could be reworked to fully, again, just reach the potential that it can. Because as it stands, just that melody, it just didn't land for me. The vocals were really solid. I'm not criticizing the vocals, just the lyrical melody. The verses and the pre-chorus just really, really didn't do it for me. But the chorus, a different story. Love that. I like the bridge, great guitar solo. Love that there was a keyboard solo worked in there, which was really tight. And then after the keyboard solo, the keyboard and the guitar kind of have like a dual solo, sort of. So that was really awesome. And then you get like the final choruses and whatnot, which I've discussed. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot to like about this song. Ultimately, I dig it, but it feels like it's on the cusp of being even better. Like, it's kind of, there's ups and downs to it, and I just feel like those lower moments, mainly the lyrical melody and the verses and the pre-chorus, could be reworked to rise up so that the whole thing, you don't have the highs and the lows. It's just all highs, and the song is just great across the board. So that's just my take on it. But I like what I hear at the end of the day, and I'm looking forward to the new album. Thank you so much. It was Pete who reached out to me from this band to check this out. So thank you for bringing Stargazery to my to my attention, if you will. And I'm looking forward to the new album, November 7th. So let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this song here? Are you looking forward to the album? Let's talk about it. I'll catch you next time. Ranger, out.